pure self, by its very nature, is beyond the grasp of the five senses, because the senses are manifestation of the mind. The senses are the other side of the world. The world and senses together create the illusion of life. By their very nature, senses are not capable of looking inward. You cannot see the source. If there is only one light source that you are using to illuminate your room, you can use that light source and see many things. But what if you are that light source? What if you are the light that is illuminating the room? Wherever you go, things become visible. You start seeing things. Now, if the light is coming from somewhere inside, if you are the source, how will you find it? It would be the most difficult thing to find. Because wherever you go, you see life, you see life forms, you see experiences. You see something is happening, someone is there. You know without any doubt that whatever you're experiencing is not simply mechanical. The obviousness of it can be seen, but when you start searching for the self or the light source, you cannot find it. The more frantically you search, the less the chances that you're going to find it. The faster you move searching for it, the easier to miss it. It is to realize that you are the source. If you are the source, if you are the Atman, then there is no way to find it by running around. There is no way to find it in activities. It is impossible to find it as a treasure hidden in the world. And yet, that is how we have arranged our lives. It is assumed that what we are searching can be found in the world. That's because our senses has fooled us into believing that what you're searching for can be experienced, can be seen, can be touched. Our obsession with senses goes so deep that even when we close our eyes and go deep into meditation and search for something, we are constantly looking for something that is recognizable by the senses. We want to see something. We want to hear something, without realizing that Maya extends far into the being as well. Maya is not just on the outside. Illusion is not just on the outside. Where there is dreaming, the illusion is there. Illusion does not know the separation between inside and outside. Buddha gives a beautiful description of the illusion of life. He says, "Know all things to be like this, a mirage, a cloud castle, a dream, an apparition, without essence, but with qualities that can be seen. Know all things to be like this, as the moon in a bright sky in some clear lake reflected, though to that lake the moon has never moved. Know all things to be like this, as an echo that derives from music, sounds, and weeping, Yet in that echo is no melody. Know all things to be like this, as a magician makes illusions of horses, oxen, carts, and other things. Nothing is as it appears. In a way, what he's saying is, the world is a magic trick. Now, what happens in magic? Objects don't appear and disappear. Fundamentally, physically, nothing is happening. That is why we call it magic. That is why we don't worship a magician as a prophet, as someone who can walk on water. We know if a magician walks on water, it's an illusion. Now, what is this illusion? The fundamental reality is not altered, but a perception is created that it is being altered. Just see how easy it is to fool your senses. The world is so fixed in your mind. You know some things are possible and some things are not possible. You know that a human body cannot be alive when it is cut in half. And yet when that trick is performed, when you see that the body is separated and the person is still alive, somewhere you believe it. You don't just get up and walk out. What nonsense is this? How is this possible? But somewhere, a part of you is actually believing that. That is how easy it is to trick the mind. We are so obsessed with what we see, what we experience is real that we altogether forget that it's all a game, it's all a show. That's why Buddha says, you hear the sounds, you can hear the echoes, but there's nothing in them. Listen deeply, listen more intently, you will see that these sounds are empty. You see colors, you see movement, but you're just not seeing deep enough. Go deep into the objects of senses, you will see at the center there is just emptiness. It's just like a magic trick. Your senses have created an illusion of reality. What feels real to you, what appears real to you, is only real to your senses. When you see things directly through that one thing that is capable of seeing without the use of senses, you will know that reality is something totally different. Dudjom Rinpoche wrote, no words can describe it, no example can point to it. Samsara does not make it worse, nirvana does not make it better. It has never been born, it has never ceased, it has never been liberated, it has never been deluded, it has never existed, it has never been non-existent. It has no limits at all, it does not fall into any kind of category. What you're searching for can never be understood by the mind. It cannot be put in a framework of understanding. When you're searching, you're seeking, you're longing, everything culminates in nothingness. When a moment comes where you are totally fed up of searching, you've looked everywhere, in the world, inside, through the scriptures, through your teacher's words, you've tried to trick yourself, you've tried to psych yourself. After all the gymnastics, a moment will come when you don't want to move. You don't want to go outward. You don't want to go inward. You don't want to become the Buddha. You don't want to become enlightened. You don't want to be in the body. You don't want to be in the mind. You will be so fed up of this world of the mind that you reject it. And this rejection happens so deeply, so powerfully, that for a moment you will be disconnected from the mind. That is the moment of enlightenment. And if you hear the stories of enlightenment, you will see that despite of all the method, practice, searching, when enlightenment happens, it always happens because the individual is fed up of searching.